Okay, we're going to make some elderberry syrup, and this is all you're going to need at this point. So we've already pressed out our elderberry tea, and we have 1 cup of that, and then we have 1 cup of honey. It's 1 to 1, so it's just that simple. I'm going to combine these 2 ingredients, and I'm going to bottle it. I always like to immersion blend my syrup because I think it really helps to blend the ingredients fully so that when it's bottled, everything's completely dispersed. So I am going to start by adding my honey to my decoction. And I had, like I said, 1 cup of decoction to 1 cup honey, and 1 cup is 8 ounces. So I'm going to use 2 8-ounce bottles to bottle this, getting 16 ounces total. It's a really pretty separation that they're doing right now. And the tea was warm, so I'm hoping that it's warm enough that it blends well. Otherwise I might have to put this back on the heat for a moment. But the immersion blender should really help to take care of the blending. Always a little bit of spillage. Okay. Oh, it's looking like the honey's still a little loose. The reason I'm hesitant to heat it back up is that honey does lose its potency when added to too much heat. But this is actually the phase that I wanted to get it to. I make elderberry syrup quite a bit, and when it starts to get this frothy, bubbly top, that means you're pretty much fully blended. So I'm going to call that good. And see how nicely it's coating my immersion blender here. Nice and syrupy, and of course this will thicken as it cools. There is no preservative in this elderberry syrup recipe, but you can add things like brandy or your liquor of choice at around 20% of the total volume of the formula, and that will help to preserve it for longer. But really with these elderberry syrups, it's always good to keep them in the fridge and use them pretty quickly. With something like this one that we made today, which is just elderberry tea and honey, you're only going to have a 3-month shelf life on that, and that's if it's kept in the refrigerator. So it's really important to date your elderberry syrup and to consume it quickly. And also remember to not drink directly from the bottle with your elderberry syrup, because that will add bacteria from your mouth to the bottle and is a surefire way to develop mold. All right, 2 8-ounce bottles of elderberry syrup ready to go. A wonderful wintertime immune system tonic, great to be taken to prevent a cold or flu, also to help shorten the symptoms of a cold or flu. It's just a wonderful, very traditional, very ancient recipe that herbalists have been using for a very long time to keep their communities well. And of course, you can make syrups with all types of ingredients. You don't have to do elderberry syrup. That's just the most traditional syrup that we herbalists like to make. So simple, 2 ingredients, elderberry, well, 3 ingredients if you include the water, elderberries, water, and honey, and you're good to go. You've made yourself a syrup. And in the next section, we're going to learn how to make gummies. So we'll be using a decoction of elderberry as well, and then adding a couple of other fun ingredients to thicken it up and harden it and add it to a mold and make some gummies.